Feeling this old cold gal. Finally able to get back in the field after a week out. A little over a week due to rain. But we are eastbound and down. Head back to the cornfield. Back to picking on 6 rows because he planted a 6-row planter, so gotta pick her the 6-row head. Takes a little more time, but it is what it is. You wouldn't think 2 more rows makes things quicker, but it does. But I got the Peterbilt over here. Rick's got his tandem. I'm gonna dump in him. He's about full. Another hopper and he'll be good to go. I should have a hopper time I get up there. He's up yonder there. Then I'm gonna go to the lower end of the field because that's where the Peterbilt's at, and I'm gonna pick over there and fill it. Depending on how the lines are down there, so I'm probably gonna go get the Freightliner. If the corn lines aren't too long, I might be able to do it with 2 trucks. Don't know, because yesterday people were picking and there was a wet line and a dry line for corn. And most of the trucks were in the wet line. But it's getting to the point now it needs to get the corn out because the stalks are kind of weak due to the dry year. I've had that problem with my corn. I think a lot of guys do, so it's time to get it out. We can't cut beans because they're still too wet. You can shell corn when it's wet, but you can't cut beans when they're wet. It just doesn't work out the best, so gotta pick corn this week, I guess. Next place we go, if we get this done, I don't know if we'll get it done today. Just depends on the availability of trucks. May have to come back and finish it up tomorrow. And Friday, I'm hoping we can move to the 80, get the rest of my corn out, because then I'll be done. Then we can move up north and start on Benjamin, hopefully. I have high hopes for that corn. It looked good, so just have to see how things play out. Hopper here should fill this trailer. Chuck's gonna take it off, and I guess Grandpa's gonna come get me, and we're gonna bring the freight shaker over here. Well, picking on some long rows here on this end. Semis are over there. I got about half a load on the Freightliner. Rick got back with his tandem, so time I get up to where he's at, I'll have a hopper. I'll dump on him, and that should give him a decent jag. He can send it off, and then I'll move over and start picking and finish filling the Freightliner. Chuck ain't back. By the time I pick another hopper after I fill the truck, then I'll take the Freightliner off, and he can pick when he gets back. Just depends on what time everybody kind of gets back with the truck to determine who's going to run the combine. Because I don't want to leave a full truck set, a combine set doing nothing. I'd rather get the truck moved, and as soon as somebody gets back, I can start to pick it. Combine sitting still, you ain't getting nothing done. Still picking. this hopper. I got about a full one, so it'll go on the Freightliner and he can take it off. As long as it took him to get back, I say there must be a line down there at the elevator. Doesn't surprise me. Well, Freightliner's gone. Rick ain't back with his tandem, and the Peterbilt's about full, so dump this hopper in, probably pick another. If nobody's back, I'll take the Peterbilt off. By the time I pick another hopper, Rick should be back. In theory. Well, Rick's in front of me with his corn. I got his corn. Heck, my cousin's behind me. And his dad's Freightliner. Looks like we won't have too bad of a wait, but it's still going to take a bit. So I have a feeling most of these trucks are going to the same pit, and I have a feeling that's the pit we're going to end up going to. Don't it? Headed out of here. Looks like Rick's on the scale. Two trucks got in between us. Because there's two other pits dumping, so. They waved us on the pit one. We were originally going to pit two, but we got waved on, so heck yeah. Headed back from the elevator. Looks like he's about got a hopper, so I'm parked in about the right spot. He can lift his head up and back out and come over here and dump in the semi. Got one full round left and this field is done. Got the semi sitting right there. I'll make it down and I'll make it halfway back, which is about where that semi is. I'll have to dump. Then when I hop back in and get this pass, Rick has his tandem down there. I'll dump in that and we'll be done here. Freightliner's full, beater belt's got a good chunk on it. By the time we're done, Rick's truck will be about 2/3 of the way full, so pretty well evened out. Take them trucks off in the morning, get moved to the 80. Finish getting my corn out, and when we're done with the 80, we'll move on to Benjamin. But that'll probably be a weekend endeavor. It'll probably take us a couple days at the 80, maybe. Depending on how things start out, we may end up bringing 2 combines and shell corn, because we may or may not have bought another corn head, because the old one's starting to get wore out. So we can still use it as long as there ain't any weeds. You get weeds, the old head don't want to chop them, it just wants to wrap them around the stock rolls. So that's why we decided to get a newer one. Plus it was about time to update anyway. We found a good deal on one, so we got 2 8-row corn heads now. Corn's doing good, we'll just run 1 combine so the trucks will keep up. If it doesn't fare out very well, we'll probably run 2 just to get it done. Then we'll probably switch the other one back to beans, so we can keep cutting with it. But I have a feeling when we get up north, we may switch to beans if they'll cut. It all depends on the moisture and how the stems are. They may still be a little green and won't want to cut very good. If that's the case, we'll keep picking corn if it's ready. But we don't know if it's ready yet, so we'll just have to wait to see how things look when we get up there. One field at a time.